Upon entering the home of Josiah and Sarah Moore, it is as though you are taking a step back in time. The house, originally constructed in 1868, was bought by the Moores in 1903 and was the site of the infamous 1912 Villisca Axe murders. After decades of change in ownership, the home was renovated in the 1990s to restore it to its original condition. The kitchen area is the first room you enter when visiting the home. A room where family meals were had and full tummies were made. While the stoves, furniture, decor, and window treatments are not original to the home, they are period correct. The floors, unlevel and rustic, often creak as you walk upon them, giving the home that historic feel. A glance into what would have been the Moore's pantry back in the day, I envision it filled with dried goods, canned or jarred foods, table linens, wash basins, and similar aprons as seen here. Telephones, still relatively new back in the 1900s, were much different than today. Here we see what is known as a candlestick telephone. Can you imagine what the Moore family would think of the telephones of today? Now we are entering the parlor of the home. It is here where the family would have likely entertained. I think of the music, of the singing, and the shared laughter and joy that once permeated this room. What memories these walls must hold, including its dark history. As we head toward the guest bedroom, we are met with a photo of Josiah and Sarah along with two of their beautiful children. In this room, we call the Blue Room, there is an undeniable energy. This is the bedroom where the Moore's children's friends, Ina and Lena Stillinger, were brutally murdered. The mirrors in the room and throughout the home were all covered. Some say because the murderer did not want to see themselves or what they had done. Another superstition is that mirrors were covered so as not to entrap the souls of the departed in their reflection. One theory is that the murderer hid out in this room's closet until the family came home from church, unaware that they would have two additional children spending the night. It is also the room where the bloody axe was left leaning against the wall next to a slab of uncooked bacon. As we head up the staircase, we find ourselves in the master bedroom, that of Josiah and Sarah. It is here that they were both axed to death in their bed, Josiah taking the worst of it. In fact, Sarah was the only victim in which the sharp end of the axe was used. In a moment of deep respect, Emma stops to take the time to recover the mirror the way it would have been when the family had been discovered. Moving on to the children's bedroom, perhaps the saddest room in the home. This is where all four of the Moore's children, tucked in their beds, were violently killed. Ranging in ages 5 to 11 years old, this was a safe space where the children would have played together, read together, and said their bedtime prayers together. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. That prayer suddenly has new meaning. Seeing the toys in this room brings about a heartache. The loss of sweet innocence that was taken away in this space is not lost on us. We spend a great deal of time here in this room, a room where the souls of young children might still roam, waiting for someone, anyone, to hear them. Entering the attic, adjacent to the master bedroom, this space is another rumored hiding place for the axe murderer who would soon wreak havoc upon the Moore home during the overnight hours of June 9th to 10th in 1912. Envisioning this monster hiding eerily patient in the attic gives a real feeling of unease, of chills. Did the Moores just go about their usual business on that fateful night? Or were there subtle clues foretelling the atrocities that would soon take place? If only the walls of this home could talk, the stories they would tell.